Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to one of our drawing episodes. Episode 3 of our Valentines special series.
My name is
And my name...
Jane.
No, we'll stay anonymous. Well, as you can see, we have something new to open for you.
Yes. It's my Christmas present again.
Is there another Christmas present that came...
For me.
It came extremely late due to the obvious pandemic. But it finally arrived, so we thought, you know what? Another Christmas unwrapping, or well, revealing.
Of course, you can see the Legend of Zelda, Twilight Princess, with Twilight Princess Long and Midna. And then at the back, I'll show you the back in a minute, because it's a lot thought out. That's not the thing. Okay.
It will do for now. So it's basically all the... It's a set cast in, I think it's... Brass, yeah. And it's all of Link's Master Swords throughout the ages.
Actually, only a few of them are Link's swords.
Some of them are Ganon's, and one of them is
Zelda's.
But it doesn't matter. So it's basically just all the swords of the series.
Yes.
And I think it's quite good. So we are going to splay them out so it looks quite cool on video. And we'll catch you back in a second. And welcome back. Now, we've decided that this will be moved around throughout the video as we line draw. So this whole video is going to be us line drawing and possibly, time permitting, us colouring in.
What we are using today is
a 0.5.
Unipen fine line. So
And
I'll just show.
I'm using a Pilot drawing pen, which is also a 0.5 lining pen. It's not going to focus.
I'm gonna make it. Okay, it's not focus.
Okay, so we'll just be line drawing and chatting. By the way, I fully realised the fact that this centre line is not straight, and I realised that in the midst of editing. So it's bugging me, but you know what? From my angle, it looks straight, so I'm going to be happy with it.
Wonky.
Oh well, I think this pen is dead.
Oh.
Just a moment. Well, now we've got another pen. It's just a manuscript final 0.5 fine liner. So, you have actually finished a base thing, right?
Yes. For charity.
Oh, do go on.
Yeah. It's an album that it's not really I started it. I didn't start it, but I'm in it.
Go on.
It's literally collaborating with Oasis and like covers.
What, like the band?
Yeah, the band and.
Like the band.
Yeah, the band. Yes, and it's pretty cool. We did a cover of a song.
Which song was it?
I'm not gonna say.
Okay.
I can't speak much about it, but it's pretty cool to know.
It's all hush hush secrets then, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
So anything interesting happened on it?
I created a bass line that didn't have a bass line.
Oh, you mean the song didn't actually have a bass line?
Yeah.
And you made one?
Yeah. It was quite a good bass line.
That is quite cool. That's really cool, actually.
Thank you.
Hopefully, maybe, possibly,
Yeah.
we'll play some of it when we're allowed to.
Mm-hmm.
If we're allowed to.
If we're allowed to. Or at least I'd shout it out if we can't play.
Yeah, it would, if it's a link or something, send it. But how cool is that?
That's very cool.
Yeah.
What did we do today?
What did we do today? We ran around in the rain.
Yes, apparently it's going to snow in the UK on Sunday.
On Sunday it's going to snow, so can't wait for that.
Yes. So we went around searching for a crunch bar.
Maybe colleges and schools will be shut if it snows.
Oh my god, I can't believe snow day. Oh my god.
It's going to shut everything.
Oh, it's going to shut so much things down.
So
So many things.
Grammar.
Anyway, I wanted to tell you a story. A magical story.
A magical story. Go ahead. Please do.
It was when I met the bassist and some of the background vocals.
The vocals, yeah.
The backing vocals to Gorillaz.
The band.
The band, yeah, the animated band. And it was just kind of just by chance, because I was it was in near where I live, so it was a really cool studio near where I live. And
you actually got to meet people from the Gorillaz.
yes, and I kind of saw it. I said, "Oh, Mum, they're gonna be there," and I'm like, she's like, "Why don't you go?" I'm like, "Nah, I don't wanna pester them because they're probably doing important stuff." She's like, "No, just go," and I'm like, "No." And then we went to my granddad's with my uncle, and it was my mum went, hey, my uncle,
Yeah.
why don't you take me to see the Gorillaz? And I'm like, what?
So your mum said to your uncle, why doesn't he take you to this Gorillaz, what is it, concert, meetup, or?
It wasn't a meetup per se. They were just. That's why I didn't want to go, because they were just rehearsing, and I didn't want to impose.
So you really just didn't want to be like, you didn't want to pester them.
Yeah, I didn't want to seem like a creep, because no one knew that they were there.
But that's very lucky, actually, if you ask me.
Yeah, and I was freaking out the whole time, because I thought I would be like some kind of pester, and I would hear like what people would say about like, oh, a crazy Gorillaz fan or something.
Right.
It kind of just disheartened me a bit for staying here. And the dude said, well, Damon isn't here and Jamie isn't here. Damon's in Africa doing his thing.
Really?
He was in Africa at the time. And he and Jamie was doing something else. Don't know what, but he was just in the studio.
So did you actually get to meet anybody?
I met Seye. He was the bassist.
Seye?
Yeah, I met Seye, and he was really tall.
So wait, does he voice act Murdoch?
No, that's I forgot the name, but but Seye, the bassist, he's the live action bassist.
Oh right.
For Gorillaz, and he's very, very talented. I basically, back to me freaking out in the bathroom.
Oh right, go ahead.
So I was freaking out in the bathroom. I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. And I was basically just locked myself in the toilet, and my uncle was like, come on V, let's just come out, please. And I began, and I went out, and I freaked out more, and I walked away, and my uncle stopped me, and he said, I've been in the same situation you were in. My idol, like literal idol, was right in front of me, and I really wanted to talk to him, but I didn't, and I regretted it for the rest of my life. And
Jesus, do you know who it was?
I think it was bass, or like classical bass, or some percussionist, or I don't know.
Right.
I think my mum would tell me who it was, but because she was probably there.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was Joaquin Phoenix. I think that was probably that's another story.
That's another story, okay, for another time.
I can tell it after this, but
oh right, okay.
Yeah, just remind me. Yeah, and he said, and he turned me around and he pushed me towards back to the studio because I was going to leave, and I saw Saye, and I
Wait, so wait, you were actually going to leave?
I was going to leave.
Wow.
Because I was really nervous.
You were that scared, hey? Jeez.
Yes.
Go on.
And I was like, no, as I was getting closer and closer and closer and closer to the studio. I saw Saye, and he was like someone I actually recognised, and I felt really sorry to the person who's called, I think it was named, like, I felt really bad because I now know who he is.
Was he like a weird name or something?
No, he was a backing vocalist who I recognised, and I didn't talk to him, and I felt really bad.
Oh, who was he then?
He was just a backing vocalist, and I recognised him.
You just knew him?
I just recognised him.
Oh, I see.
And but I recognised Saye, and I started to calm down because I was someone I recognised, and I just turned into some grown woman, even though I was like 15. And my uncle was very surprised of how this freaked out teenage girl turned into quite a grown-up woman when talking to someone who she recognised. And Saye was really nice. He asked if I wanted to see his basses, and I'm like, yeah. And then, which one do you want to see? I'm like, the V, please. And because I was obsessed with his flying V.
So
bass.
His flying V bass.
Yeah.
I think I should be able to put an image up. It's really cool.
Yeah, and that is like, I begged for that bass.
But you wanted that flying V. Aren't they really, really expensive?
They are very expensive, and I'll get to that. I was very calm. We chatted about basses and how we can get better at it, and we had a good conversation. It was a nice conversation. I didn't feel like I was, any lesser than like a fan, or just really, I didn't feel crazy fan.
You didn't feel like a burden.
I didn't feel like a burden when I was talking to Saye,
Yeah.
It was like I was treated like a human, and I treated him as like a human as well. It was like, because people are humans.
Exactly. People are just humans.
And that was just a really good experience. That was basically the story. We walked home, and I was really psyched, and I got to hold the bass, and you probably show some pictures.
Yeah.
It was just a very nice experience.
So your uncle was 100% right.
Yes, he was 100% right, and that was a very good story to tell when he passed.
Yeah.
Next story.
Also, go on then.
Also related to my uncle. Sorry, I moved the mic. I begged for a Nintendo Switch.
Right. Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
my mum got me the Nintendo Switch when it came out, so I got up one morning and I'm like, before it was even released that it was called a Switch, it was called an NX.
A what?
An NX.
I didn't know this.
Nintendo NX, yeah.
I did not know this.
And me and my uncle was like, hey, have you seen the news on the new NX? Because I was obsessed with Nintendo when I had a 3DS and a Wii. I'm like, wow. And he introduced me to like the NX, and he said, do you have any like follow-ups for the NX, or what's happening with that? Because he kind of introduced me to video games, but my brothers and sisters introduced me to Nintendo.
So he was really quite a tech guy then, I'm guessing.
Yeah, very much. And he liked Star Wars. He understood me a lot, and it was very, very. He was very funny person.
So.
NX. We were following the NX for quite some time, and then it was released that it was going to be a Switch, and I'm like.
Did you like the name?
Yeah, I do, because it made sense.
I mean, NX sounded awesome.
NX sounded amazing, yeah.
It sounded really good. Better than Switch.
Yeah, but like it made sense of what it could do,
Yeah,
like,
true. It
switches to between, home console and portable console,
Yeah.
Handheld. And I was obsessed with it from the day dot.
from day dot.
So the press conference, like the investor, like the what it could do kind of thing. You know, that conference.
Yeah.
Like releasing like what, like everyone was like hyped for like what it could do and showing its like its abilities and its
strengths.
You know, and it's like, you know, the nerd stuff.
Yeah.
I watched it and I'm like, Mum. As I was watching it, I'm like, Mum, watch this. And then she watched it with me, like, okay, what is this? And I'm like, I want it.
What did she say?
And she's like, okay, you're gonna have to wait for it. That's your Christmas and birthday present combined. I'm like, cool.
Whoa.
Because it was £200. It was like nearly 300.
Christmas and birthday. Oof.
Actually, no, it wasn't Christmas and birthday. It was just birthday present because it was closer to my birthday.
All right, but that's quite cool.
Yeah,
that's very cool.
Yeah, and it was released on March 7th. It was a Friday. That's all I knew. It was March.
Just a Friday.
It was March.
Sometime March Friday.
You probably put a video up because my mum videoed it of me opening up the Switch and sniffing it.
Oh,
being really like box fresh console sniff.
I'll maybe I'll put a quick little clip of you going, just real quick.
Just like or at the end, just the whole like thing. I don't know if people want to see me freak out over unboxing my Switch.
Well, maybe if we get one comment. When we get one comment, I'll put it up.
Okay. Well, yeah, I was obsessed, and so my mum pre-ordered it, and it came on the day it released, and
right.
I had no games. I had absolutely no games.
Oh, so you actually still got it, and you just couldn't play it?
I just couldn't play it. I just had to kind of play around with the features.
That sucks.
I know, but it was worth the wait because I begged for Breath of the Wild, and that was the one game I wanted. So my uncle one day went to Argos, and he went to go get Breath of the Wild, which is a great game.
Great game. It's like a free roam game. I'm sure most people know of it, but whoever doesn't, it's a free roam game based in the same universe that this is from.
It's basically a Legend of Zelda story of a new rendition of Link and Zelda, and it's a sandbox-ish kind of thing where you can do whatever you want. You can go wherever you go and wherever you want to go, and you can just mess around if you want. It's basically like you don't have to follow a story. Yeah,
it's full free roam. It's a great game, but expensive.
Yes, very expensive.
And you really wanted it.
Yeah, I also followed the when it was I also followed the development of Breath of the Wild.
Oh, so you actually had kind of somewhat of an insight in the game as it was.
Yeah, when it was first announced that it was going to be released for the Wii U.
Wait, was it going to be released for the Wii U?
It was just going to be for the Wii U, and it was going to be released in 2016.
So you're telling me it was fully delayed by about, what, a year?
No, a couple of years. It was going to be 2016, and then we waited. 2014, and then they said it was going to be 2016.
What? Wait. Excuse me? They delayed it for 6 years?
Yeah, they delayed it because it was going to be for the Wii U, and then they delayed it again, and it was going to be for like a Twilight Princess thing, like for the GameCube and the Wii, because the Twilight Princess game was released for both Wii and GameCube.
Jeez, that's insane.
Yeah.
I didn't know a company could just have that much, the balls to do that, to delay a game for 6
honestly,
years.
I saw the demo of it, of like the playing on the Wii U, and it's just
god awful.
They were just testing out how the horse would move, and that was it. And some of the bow mechanics as well. And it was really low graphics, but it was actually quite cool.
It took that long to make it.
Yeah, it did, but now they've got the engine down, they can make it really fast.
So they were actually producing an engine.
Yeah, they made a separate engine, like a physics engine for this kind of game, so they can make many more games much faster with this engine. But we are still waiting for Breath of the Wild 2, which hopefully is released this year, or we're given a bit more insight.
Something tells me we're not going to get it this year.
Yeah, I think we did get Hyrule Warriors with the same engine but different mechanics.
We did get it, true, but still the game isn't exactly.
And Breath and Legend of Zelda Legend of Zelda's 35th anniversary, so is this year. Like last year with Mario's
True,
35th.
so they're probably going to release it then.
Yeah, or release a Legend of Zelda All Stars, collection. Where was I? Oh yeah.
No, Argos, go on. Yeah.
Yeah, he went to Argos and he came back. Me and my mum went out for a walk or something. And he came back and he was sat in front of the bench and like, oh, sorry V, they only had this game called 1-2 Switch.
Oh, no.
I'm like, okay, cool. It's just 1-2 Switch. It'll make me more aware of what the Switch can do because it uses all of the mechanics of what the Switch can do, and I was actually quite fine with that.
Yeah.
And it was a game that I could play with my mum and my uncle. So I took the bag and I looked inside and I smiled because it was Breath of the Wild.
So he actually still got you.
He
got you the game.
He got me Breath of the Wild because he just said, oh, they just have 1-2 Switch. I'm like, oh, okay.
That is great.
Yeah,
that
so
is
it was Breath
great.
of the Wild. It was really cool, and I played it forever. I played it non-stop. I wanted to I followed the story. I got all the side quests. Not all of the side quests, but it's a thing that you can play it however you want, and I did. It was fun.
Good. Wow. I love that story.
Thank you.
It's a great story. It's so sweet. It's great.
Okay, so Newt is here. Pingu.
Pengu. Well, I've almost finished actually mine, so I might just start colouring in. Yeah, maybe. Let me finish mine and see what's up.
I'm really bad at lineup. I'm only good at it in digital. I know why. Because I can just.
You can just rewind it.
Rewind.
Redo. Okay.
Do you have anything else to talk about?
Well, back to the bass subject. The fact that you play bass is awesome, but you started pushing me to play drums. And I have started playing drums, actually a year ago now. I wish I could play more, but I can't because the college we go to have the drum kit and I don't have a drum kit. So yeah, I can't wait to keep playing drums. It'll be quite awesome. Maybe when I get good enough, I can make some sort of a few music videos on this channel. That'd be awesome.
Oh yeah.
That'd be great.
By the way, I didn't mention that I got the Flying V bass.
Oh yeah, the Flying V bass. Yes.
Yeah, I got the exact same bass for my 16th birthday. The reason, and it cost a lot because it was left-handed as well. The reason why I got it is because my uncle died, and we just my family sold a bit of his stuff because that was what he wanted. He'd probably want me to give his last present to me would be a bass guitar. One thing he couldn't really get me when he was alive.
It's a lovely gift, and it's a fantastic bass. And I will show a picture of it. It is, it's really good. It's amazing.
We went into a restaurant, for a special date night thing. Remember, we were in college.
Oh no, this is a great story, and I think this is going to be our last story.
Yeah, I was sitting down in the studio thing.
Studio thing.
I'm so hungry, and you were like,
oh right, so it was our last time. So it was the last time we had a studio booked for me to be able to play drums and V to be to play a bit of bass before lockdown and
before Christmas half term actually.
Yeah, before Christmas half term, true. And we thought, okay, well if lockdown's coming again, we have got to go out one last time just before lockdown subsides again and we're stuck indoors and we can't go out into your fancy restaurants. So after a lot of choosing, we get into one and we order and we eat and it's great. But
no. The full story is I'm hungry. I want to go to a pub. Weatherspoons. No, not Weatherspoons.
Not Weatherspoons. But we end up getting to a fairly fancy place. We go to a pub we've seen and it's book only. It's online bookings only. And you can't just enter, and it's crazy. So we end up looking around, and the only place that's nearby is this really quite expensive, fancy restaurant. And we both kind of go, okay, fine. So we go in, we order, food is lovely. And, of course, we've got the Flying V, Vienna's holding the flying V, and we slide it out
Oh,
from
and
underneath
you
the
have
chair. Oh yeah, and I've also got a guitar.
his friend's guitar.
Friend's guitar on me, so we kind of look like we're part of a band as it is anyway. So we walk in with these, and as we're gonna leave the place, we slide it from underneath this like bench bit, and you know it gets quite a lot of attention, but not too much just yet. And the waiter asks like if
We're in a metal band or something.
oh right, that's it. And you went, oh no, but you also
But I do.
oh no, that's right. You
I used to be.
you asked if you wanted to see it.
Yeah.
And he said, oh yeah. So Vienna puts it onto the floor, opens it up, okay, and then you got the flying V there. The whole restaurant goes silent. All eyes are on us. All the waiters end up like crowding around the flying V bass, and they're all like astounded to the extent of one actually took a photo of it and said, oh, my boyfriend really loves basses and guitars, and I think he'll love the look of this. We basically became like 3-second celebrities because of it. It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was
The waiter was very nice because the waiter we had was the tall one. He was surprisingly tall.
He was
surprisingly tall.
Very tall, wasn't he?
Yeah, and he was very nice, and he was serving us throughout the night as well.
Yeah, it was great.
And you asked, oh, like, how tall are you? And then he noticed the case.
I didn't ask that. Someone else asked it, and I said, actually, I was wondering that. And he said, oh, really? Yeah. And he was like 6'7" or 6'8", I think. He was really tall.
Yeah.
But then he asked about the case, didn't he? Because the conversation was kind of open.
That night was really nice. The steak was lovely. We had a T-bone steak,
a kilo T-bone steak.
duck fat chips. Can we please make duck fat chips?
I think we might just do that.
I beg you, please. For
You will see.
Valentine's Day.
Okay.
Please.
Okay, we'll look into it.
It was good.
But with that story, we're going to have to leave this chit-chat at an end.
Yes.
And the rest of the drawing will be sped up till the end of the video. I do hope you enjoyed the bass talking and the Seye and Gorillas chat and the lovely stories about your uncle. Have a great morning, a lovely afternoon, a fantastic evening.
And a good night.
We'll see you guys later.
Ta-ta.
Bye.